This may be the work of some sort of undead assailant.
A ghast
Maybe a
in
ghast.
particular.
There are a few leads at the moment. They've gone ahead and talked to Ven Vinder, daughter of the recently deceased. One Mr. Ebor Thorne, associate to Banny Harker and the man who discovered the two bodies in the lumber mill. 3 bodies of the first murders, along with a note that kind of lures them to the crime scene under a guise of wealth and capital. A survivor of the first set of murders, who is now being held at Abe's sanatorium. And at the moment, you are currently walking with the party and your new friend, Thorim Steelgut. Iron Gut? Steelgut.
Is Eloise with us?
Not at the moment. She's not walking with you.
Okay.
But you're currently walking with your new dwarven accomplice, acquaintance, friend, on your way to talk to Titus Scarnetti over some cooking the books situation happening at the lumber mill.
Okay.
The Banny Harker, the one who's murdered, he was apparently cooking the books. So
Doing some skimming.
Well,
That's the quick and dirty. You guys can kind of see Jazzy's head
wow!
a little bit. Right. People are getting their last minute veggie purchases done for the winter. And you can see one Eloise Riordan speaking with a kind of old, odd looking farmer.
okay.
I will approach Eloise and kind of be like, hey, what's up?
Hello, Ryra. It's good to see you.
Haven't seen you in a while. What have you been up to?
Dealing with some family business. Some, obviously, you know.
Yes. Has a
We're,
date been set
sorry,
yet for the ceremony?
not that I know of, but once it's completed, I should be heading back out to meet with my mother. I was only really here to tell Dalton some grave news, but unfortunately,
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everything's okay. Well, obviously it's not, but I hope outside of that things are okay.
she has a small, almost forced little smile to say, like, don't ask, but thanks for asking. She'll be like, I have a few more ends to tie up here. Hopefully you're all safe. I went through some of Dalton's things, and I figured you guys could use this more than I. I don't really need it. And she's going to hand you a coin purse with all that Nora money. 8 platinum, 185 gold.
Ryra's gonna look really uncomfortable and she's gonna try and give the coin purse back and be like, no, you should take this.
No. He would have appreciated helping you guys out.
Ryra's gonna kind of look to the rest of the party for help.
A gift's a gift.
Yeah, coin is coin. Yeah.
So
It's not necessarily what it is, it's the meaning behind it.
Ryra will reluctantly take it then. What did you say the numbers were?
8 platinum, 185 gold, 597 silver, 1490 copper.
So I can repeat that. 8 platinum.
185, 597, 1490.
The 1490 is the copper, right? Well, we've got some urgent business here, but hopefully we'll get to see you at least one more time before you depart town.
I hope so. I hope you guys stay safe. It seems like there's some troubling times happening, and she's gonna kind of grip the Dalton's necklace in her hands and just kind of like have like that awkward 2-3 second pause, like she wants to say more but can't say more, but should she say more type of understanding look that you both kind of look at each other.
Jack Noah's gonna walk up and hug her.
Oh, Ryro's just about to do that.
Too late.
Group hug. Grab
She's-
hugs around the
Yeah,
like waists.
She's gonna have like kind of like that startled like laugh chuckle. Was not expecting to get mobbed. I wish you guys the best. Thank you for helping me bring Dalton's body back here.
Hope maybe we'll see you at the ceremony.
Yes.
Jack Noah's gonna release the hug and start walking.
Gonna turn back and talk to the old McGinty farmer.
Guess we're on our way then.
I said I wanted fresh tomatoes, you piece of crap.
Whoa!
Fresh tomatoes. We got preserved. Take them or find another seller.
This backwater town.
I can offer you a tasty fish stick.
Okay.
Well, Mordred. The party says their goodbyes and begins making their way further down Market Street towards the Sandpoint Bridge as the sounds of what you could assume is bargaining lessens as you move further along. Fuck you, Michael.
What?
Oh, you fucking. Wait, I thought that was the Crypt Keeper. You were calling me the fucking Crypt Keeper.
You are the Crypt Keeper. You are your
Fuck
crypt.
you. He's making fun of the voice. But eventually, you guys make your way towards the Sandpoint Bridge, outside of the, I guess, town limits. This section right here, called Schooner Gulch. You can tell that the soil gets a lot more muddy as you're closing in on a much more swampish area. Ah, I see. I didn't notice that someone had written Scarnetti Manor. I thought that was like just a map error for a second.
No, I wrote it. Sorry.
No, you're good. It's very helpful for me because they're all like 40s and they're numbered like 40s, and I'm like, shit. Okay. But moving through Schooner Gulch, it is a oddly quiet walk. You don't hear much in the like ways of wildlife or anything. The occasional bird, but getting winter, things are becoming a lot more crisp and quiet. And before too long, you are walking up the very well manicured forested road to the Scarnetti Manor. As you approach it, you're met with this kind of imposing 2-story kind of mansion, really, is what it is. What's the plan?
Well, only the one thing to do. Walks up and knocks on the door.
Thank you for not saying I ring the doorbell.
I ring the doorbell. and it's this metal bell that's hanging down and just ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Lori tries to jump to reach it because she's just too short.
I would assume
There's
that they have not
Height-
not
Vertically challenged space bells.
No.
yes, they have a
Look at
long
us, like-
rope.
No.
The Scarnettis having something accommodating.
Yeah, are you serious?
This house was very clearly meant for people of
Higher statue.
yeah,
See what I did there?
very nice.
It's
Uh, But a quick few knocks on the door elicits a brief moment of awkward silence before you hear the door mechanism click open, and you're met with a rather tall, sleekly dressed human male. He kind of takes a quick look around at the group. How may I assist you, visitors?
Looks back
Some
to the
of
rest
us
of the
aren't
party.
visitors. Let us in. I have to speak to my brother.
Oh shit.
Fortunately, I was not made aware that Master Scarnetti had a sibling. Must inform you that I am rather new. So again, I might ask you state your business before I allow you inside the premises.
Tell Titus that his brother is here to talk to him about family matters. Now.
Hmm. He takes a step back and closes the door. And you're all just kind of waiting and waiting. Just a couple minutes pass by. And after it starts to get out, or starts to get just a little uncomfortable, you hear the door open once again, with the sleek dressed man kind of opening the door and standing aside for you all. Please come in. Master Scarnetti will be waiting for you in the room on the left. Please make sure to wipe your feet.
Lori does so quickly.
Runelord as well.
Jack No just walks in.
Barefoot, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I will remove my boots and leave them by the front door.
There are a series of looks, but nothing spoken. Before the thin man gets to work kind of cleaning up the foyer. The interior of the house is very, well, what's the word I want to look for? It's not ornate, but it's not empty.
Simplistic.
Maybe traditional, we'll say. Definitely not anything that you would typically see in Varicia. Those of you that are more worldly would notice a lot of the material inside the house to be more Chilaxian, which is another area in Galarian. They're also typically just like a race of humans, or type, I should say.
Culture, if you would.
That works better, yeah. But it's very traditional looking. Jekno, I'm sure you do not feel at home.
Oh, not at all. I feel
But
very
you would know
uneasy and not
exactly where
happy
to
to
go.
be here.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
You would know exactly where to go, however. Your father's old study. Door to the left. Large set of double doors.
Currently long behind.
Kind of want to see what else is around, or like, just kind of look around. This would probably be like the fanciest building that we've been in, me and Modi. So I'm kind of curious, like, how the rich folk live.
Take everything that's not locked down.
No, no, I definitely don't want to do that. Although shiny is shiny.
I don't want to be too inquisitive here. We're here for a reason and get out.
Yeah, just a glance as we're
Well,
walking.
take the open view as I see. I'm just not going to go out of my way to find things.
Wouldn't hurt to pick up a shiny stone or two.
No, I think that would hurt quite a bit. I feel
What?
like that's a little
I mean,
much.
A stone is a stone. Stone.
And you might lose your fingers if my brother finds out, just for fair warning you.
Yeah, I rather like my fingers, so I just like looking. But anyway. We're going through the double doors?
Someone's got it.
I'll go through.
Jekno leads the way.
Jekno. All right. How do you open the doors, Jekno?
Sorry, what?
How do you open the doors?
I grab the handles, take a deep breath, and open them with a take command, kind of trying to show some bravado because I do not want to be here.
Gotcha. As you open the doors with confidence and step into the rather large study, you're met with a glowing, roaring fireplace, several plush-looking chairs, various pieces of art detailing some Chilaxian heroes, as well as some more, what's the adjective, diabolic figures.
Posh.
And sitting at a large kind of wooden desk sits one Titus Scarnetti, a kind of older looking man with blonde hair. I can actually show you what he looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Like a
Do it.
dick, I'm sure.
Yeah.
A dick with a toupee.
You tell me.
Dick with a toupee.
Oh man, that face just like that's a
Yeah,
face that
look
just
at
needs
that
it.
penis
It
looking
needs an
ass
arrow in it.
toupee.
Tell me he doesn't have 9 dudes in his butthole right now.
Are we
Nine,
whispering
sorry,
this to
I'm sorry,
ourselves?
Jekno.
I'm confused.
We're all saying this to his face. No, we're definitely not saying this. I forgot that we
That's
do
pretty
this thing
good.
where we when
Yeah,
we talk
sorry.
about being insecure. I totally forgot about that. I'm sorry.
I'm not even there, so sorry. I'll be quiet.
I have to get used to that again. I'm sorry.
All right. But you see this man, Titus Scarnetti, sitting behind this large wooden desk. He is kind of scrawling in a large kind of book situated on his desk. Hearing the doors open, he promptly puts his pen away, closes the book, and kind of repostures himself, standing up. Oh. Welcome home, Jekno.
Hello, brother. Thank you for the welcome.
Truly, it's the least I could do.
Oh, I'm sure it is the least you could do.
The actual literal.
My butler informed me that you had some family business to inquire about.
Yes. There's been some happenings down at the lumber mill, and we're here helping the town out. And it was the easiest way to get in. There was some murders down at the lumber mill, and we had some questions. We wanted to talk to you about it. So it's half family business, half town business.
I see. I had heard about those grisly sounding murders.
They
I was
were
quite taken aback.
very grisly.
Well, before I suppose we get down to brass tacks, it seems you brought with you a cavalcade.
Yes, we are. I don't know if you're keeping track, but we are the heroes of Sandpoint. We have been protecting the town. It's the least someone in Sandpoint could do. Anyone in power of Sandpoint could do.
I have heard some stories. Mighty impressive, if I might say. Let me see. I can't put names to faces. I'm so sorry.
Pipes up first, kind of poking around everyone. Lori! Nah, you can call me Lori. It's simple, but
Checkno can't help but laugh.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Lori.
likewise. Now, I can see why you guys are brothers, and I can also, that's a lovely looking desk. Was it handmade?
It was, in fact, imported from Cheliax.
Oh, I've never heard of that place, but it seems rather nice.
I see. Yes,
She,
it is.
Ryra's gonna lean over to Lori and be like, "Very big, very fancy."
Very big, very fancy. Got it.
Oh,
My
I'm glad
friend
that at
sitting
least
next.
Lori here was nice enough to introduce herself. Techno, it seems you're going to introduce the rest of your
Yes,
friend.
unless they would like to introduce themselves. I know they have their own voices, but the lady sitting next to Lori is Ryra.
Ryra's gonna kind of let out a small cough and get up and give a tiny curtsy, and Guahire's gonna kind of flutter on her shoulders, and she's just gonna be like,
She's
Reciprocated.
normally very verbose, but she obviously is having some trouble at the moment, and that is Guahir on her shoulder. He is a very much the gentleman with his little tiara. Tell him how good he looks with his tiara, please.
I suppose your pet looks quite dashing.
he
He needs to hear this.
puffs out his feathers.
Ah, charming.
This fine warrior to my left is Modokar.
Warrior.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Scarnetti.
Pleasure is mine.
Or I guess your name's
Please
Titus.
call me
I'll call you
Titus.
Titus. Great. Gotta say, it's some fine equipment you're wearing there.
Ah, thank you, thank you.
You do much tussling yourself?
Oh, not anymore.
Mm,
I'm much more of a, well, I suppose you could call me a glorified bookkeeper.
misery.
That sounds great.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't see how you and this guy are brothers.
Discussion for another time, I'm sure.
And last but not least, our new friend Thorum. Or, well, he can explain how he wants to be, what he wants to be called.
You can call me that or still good, whatever you want.
Thorum, it's not quite often I get to see a dwarf. So you are a
You know, good
unique
topics.
sight. Ah, I understand. Well, please have a seat. There should be enough here to accommodate you all. Would you like something to either drink or eat while we discuss?
Since you're offering, it'd be rude to say no.
Yes,
Sure.
please.
Excellent. Uh, Water,
It's been a
tea,
long day.
some sort of alcohol.
Tea?
Most of you strike me as the liquor bunch.
I'll take
I'll have
water.
whatever you're having.
Some wine.
I see. A wide assortment. Ah, of course. Jackno, would you like anything?
I'll take tea.
Tea. Fantastic. He'll sort of reach for his desk.
Ryra literally gives out a nervous laugh.
He'll grab a silver bell with some kind of etchings of dragons on it, and kind of ring it before the doors that you entered through swing open, and standing in the doorway is the butler, a kind of thin, sleekly dressed man. Please, Uvrum, would you fetch these guests something to drink? Tea, wine, water, a whiskey or two.
Two,
Without a word. Oh, Lori,
two, please.
a double. I see.
You can cut
Without
the
a
tension with a knife right now.
without a word, Uvrum stepped up.
Ryra keeps giving little nervous chuckles, and she's just like,
This will then kind of sit on the kind of edge of the desk and kind of cross one leg over the other. Well, yes, it does appear that there were two horrific incidents at the lumber mill. What all do you know? I've only heard what hearsay has.
well, I'm not sure we should be disclosing that with you at this moment. It's an
But
ongoing investigation.
I believe if he has any information to offer, the best thing we can do is trade some. You know, and it wasn't it his property that we found it on?
Was indeed, and I do believe I see deputy badges.
Isn't it standard practice not to share information until?
Yeah. That's what fair.
Maybe
Unless
for our world.
I'm no actual deputy, so I don't know. I only know what I've read in the books.
So if the person owns the property, then you can share with them. If anything, they're a suspect
Exactly. So why would you share with them?
because it's their property.
Exactly.
and it's also a
But
good way to see if we can get a rise out of them and information. Like, you know,
Well,
if you say a bit of information and they make a face, then you know you're kind of going great. You know they're
there's two
lying to you.
different strategies. Because if you withhold information and then they slip up and say something that you didn't tell them,
You be the bad cop, I'll be the good cop. Wait,
Well, we've just started our investigation.
are
Here.
we like whispering this behind like the chair or something like that, or?
Projecting it to 'em. We know
I can
there were
imagine just Lori
two murders.
and Ryra leaning back and going like,
All right, Motokor, what were you saying?
There were two murders. Couple found dead at your lumber mill. One ran through the blade, and one that was mutilated, we'll say. And that's about it. We are working to figure out why they were killed in such horrific manners.
See, not exactly the kind of details I was expecting, but
"What were you expecting?"
well, less to do with the state of the bodies and more to do with who might have done it.
Well, we believe it was done through a third party. We believe the people who wanted them dead didn't actually do it themselves. A hit, so to speak. We just can't come up with a motive.
He'll kind of turn his head towards you, Ryra, and his gaze turns kind of steely at you.
She's
So you
gonna.
come here looking for a suspect, a third party.
That is not what I was implying. Actually,
Well,
I'm
actually,
sorry.
in all the shows that I've watched and the comedies and the plays and all that, that's usually the first place to start as the owner, isn't it not? And just to see if you know anything, any kind of unsettling people that you may have heard about, or
Any suspicious
and
folks poking about? Any
if you own it, you may know a little bit more than we do, at least about some, like I said, the characters that are there.
anyone you might suspect?
Fortunately, I'm not exactly sure which one of my employees was murdered. I know it was someone on the night shift, but there's only two of my men that work the night shift.
Oh, Moti, what was his name?
Harker. Banny Harker.
Hmm.
The other victim was Katrine Vender.
Annie
Among,
Harker.
among the other employees, we might want to look at to see if there's any.
Can you guys hear me?
Were
We
you
can
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, now.
So, sir, were you aware that Banny Harker may have been skimming a little off to the top?
That's why we wanted to talk to you, because that does make you a suspect, honestly.
You're not supposed to just say that.
There's no may about it. In fact, he was stealing from me. He'll
And
kind
you
of
let him
gesture
continue
back
to
to
look
the
for you?
ledger behind him.
Hmm.
Of course. I have to build up a case so I can fire him safely.
That's
How
true.
long he's been stealing from you?
It's
Several
true.
weeks.
How big of a case do you think you need to fire him safely?
Big
I-
enough. I'd rather have him not coming back looking for some sort of
Workers'
entitlement,
comp.
we'll say.
Hmm.
By the books.
Yeah. We had to do a few of those in the mines. Wasn't pretty. Wasn't pretty at all.
With our family's reputation, you can see why people might assume bad things, considering how he died. You understand?
I'm afraid not. As
Don't
far
play
as I'm
dense with me,
concerned, the
brother.
Scarnettis have been quite, well, useful to Sandpoint.
Don't play dense with me.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean, Sharknut.
I know you better than that. Don't play stupid. You know our rumor around town that we
Simply
play
say,
dirty.
having the lumber mills entitles us to the business. The Deverims can't do anything without our wood. Neither
And
can the
that we don't
shipbuilders.
allow other lumber mills to start, that we play dirty, that we will do anything that so no other lumber mills will start.
That's just a nasty rumor spread by, well, businessmen that can't keep their own lumber mills afloat. Why not target
Yes,
the big guy?
but my point being, with that rumor, and then all of a sudden Benny Harker is mutilated in the lumber mill, you could see why we had to come to you to talk to you about it.
Sure, hypothetically, of course. I'm simply saying that there's nothing to it. I understand the, well, implications.
Well,
However, I can assure you that I would do nothing of the sort to a worker of mine.
well, do you know of any one that had any kind of problem with Mr. Harker? I mean, would you call it,
Co-workers, maybe.
yeah, like a coworker, or would you say he's like a good employee besides the
Outside of the
skimming?
stealing.
Aside from theft, he was a fine employee, always willing to work the night shift for some ungodly reason, and keeping the
Well, I
mill
think
working at night as well.
I think, given the fact that his girlfriend was found dead with him, we know why he was working the night shift.
Girlfriend. Oh, I see. Maybe not as good a worker as I thought. I try not to dabble in the town politics too much, but I am aware that Benny Harker had something harsh with Vin Vendor.
It was his daughter who he was dating, seeing secretly.
So I could understand why he might be a suspect.
We've actually already
Perhaps he
talked
did
to
it.
him.
Ah, well, that's good. It gives you a start. Well, off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone that would have anything out for Benny Harker. Uh, to be honest with you, I'm not even sure I knew him quite that well myself.
Do you think it
Given
could
this
be
new information.
someone? Do you think it could be someone targeting you as a
Oh,
message to you?
I doubt that. Although, I'm sure that thought will fester in the back of my mind now that you've given it attention.
Well,
I
if
will say we're looking at this at a very harsh angle and not looking at all the ways it could be. It's very possible someone just wanted to get at the lumber mill, and what better time to do it than at night when there's almost nobody there?
that is
That is
true.
true.
Harker's usually preoccupied with his girlfriend. What better time to do what you want to the lumber mill than when there's no one watching it?
But this will also put a delay in using the lumber mill.
That's
Well,
very
given who we think did it, the lead we have on who did it, I'm not sure that's why they were killed.
We
Do you
don't
have an
know.
idea?
Is
that my understanding?
What?
You have an idea of what might have occurred?
we have an idea of how.
We just don't know why.
Wasn't there also another that a similar attack that took place earlier?
Yes.
Do you happen to know anything about any stories pertaining to that one, Mr. Scarnetti?
Other than what I've read in the news, I can't say that I have. But it seems it's moved from outside of Sandpoint, inside of Sandpoint. And that can't be a good thing.
No. It is
But
not.
at this point, your drinks have been like served to you as well.
Oh yeah, down to one
By a
gulp.
very quiet Uvrim.
Yeah.
Has a little dribble on the side of her lip and quickly like wipes it off. And sorry.
Showing true to the Steel Gut name, I'm drinking all the booze in sight and not showing any effects.
If I'd known I was having a dwarf visitor, I would have bolstered my stock.
Lori's gonna kind of cough a little bit. And like, what?
No.
Are the drinks here?
Am I just short?
Yeah. They have been served.
Yours are gone.
Ryra's almost gonna just kind of go with her
There's kind
wine.
of a
Jack Note slowly
Dis-
drinks his tea.
there is a sort of disgusted look on Titus's face for
She's
just a
doing it like in a really
split
nervous
moment.
way, like when you're in a really tense situation, you get a drink and you go, oh god, oh god.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of someone doing that with wine, and like typically wine is like more of a
Mm-hmm.
A
you have like
sipping
a
drink.
Sip, yeah.
Well, she's taking
nervous
like bigger.
indeed.
She's taking bigger sips, so to speak, and kind of drinking very quickly. In that very nervous, this is, you could cut the tension with a knife, get me out of here kind of way. You know, the kind you see in the movies.
Well, I did have another, or would it be possible? And this is actually a question for the DM. Have we actually gone into the lumber mill for any investigation, like
Yep.
thorough?
Yeah,
Okay.
that
Yeah,
was
we
the
did
thorough
that before.
investigation.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. But we haven't gone to see the third person yet in the
The
asylum.
survivor, no, not yet. Not
So
quite.
we're planning on getting going in. What's it called? I forgot about it.
Abe's Sanatorium.
Yeah, the sanatorium.
Mhm.
Now, do you know if we will need access, like any kind of permission to get into the sanatorium, or do you think we should be able to? I mean, you being a little bit more affluent in the town, do you think you would help, or we could rely on you to help us get in if we
Relying
needed?
on me. Perhaps. Maybe. You know, Miss Laurie, you've actually given me quite a decent idea. Since this incident happened on my property and the investigation is still ongoing, perhaps he'll kind of reach behind his desk and ring a different bell. Um, and in just a few moments, there is a rather tall male elf standing in the doorway.
Where I was gonna kind of raise a brow.
You rang Mr. Casconetti?
Yes, Agnor. Perhaps you could accompany this interesting group of people out to Habe Sanatorium. Sort of a guide, as it were. I'll issue you, well, a letter of recommendation, we'll call it.
I was in the middle of some research, but is it really that pressing?
I believe so.
All right. He's gonna eye all of you, take a special interest in the other elf.
Ryra's gonna give a small.
Well, please describe who we're looking at.
You are looking at a roughly 170-ish year old male elf with blondish, dirty brown slash possibly whitish, can't really tell, hair.
Dirty brown or white? How does he?
Like
How's that close?
well, mixed salt and pepper, I guess.
Oh.
Um, he looks like he's got um, 2 or 3 experiments going on, half on his chest even. He's
What?
kind of got an apron, but he's got like a normal like tunic thing underneath. He showed up because when the bell rang, he just dropped what he was doing. Kind of, he had a vial in one hand, and he looks a little disheveled, but um, you notice as he's kind of talking and trying to be, polite and kind of regal-esque, that his eyes twitching a little bit, and he's kind of got this smirk that he's trying to kind of keep to the side.
What kind of experiment were you working on?
Oh, it's just, he's gonna kind of like start mumbling as he's like almost like aloof, just like just like
I've done
Over
those
here
kind of.
works on all sorts
I've done
of
those experiments too. You know.
odds and ends in his free time. He's a bit of a chemist, as it were.
he's gonna chuckle a little bit. Yeah. Chemist. Mm, that's
Sweet Jesus.
and he's gonna realize that he's like obviously not being like the regal-esque type thing. I am ready to leave when you are.
Are you sure you don't want to take care of?
He's gonna look down. And say, if you give me 5, maybe 10, 15, 20, like about 18 minutes. 18 minutes, 42 seconds to be exact. He's gonna start mumbling as he kind of walks away.
Well, he is so lovely. Can we keep him?
He seems delightful.
He
Like,
is
if
an
I keep
odd
him,
one.
do you mean
Mr. Steelgun, continue.
Oh, I meant, yes, we'd love to keep him. He's great.
He'll have to fight his salary.
Yeah, I don't think we could do that. So,
I'm jesting. He's not salaried.
You'd be a great intern.
that reminds me of all the jokes we used to make with some of the young miners back in the Red Mountains. Ah, so fun. Thinking they would get paid.
Double entendre.
Where you send them out for barrels of steam.
Isn't that one of your in a double entendre? Isn't that like an in your window?
You're almost there, Lori.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to this common language. I'm still kind of getting used to it.
But if it wasn't clear, sorry. My new class is an alchemist.
Ooh, that's so cool. I had somebody who did like a Jekyll and Hyde type alchemist. It was really cool.
Yeah, I'm going a little different path from that, just because I didn't want to be moody again and all whatever.
Oh,
Since
it's a
it
real
seems
change
like
of pace.
I know, since it seems like that's all that I end up doing. Damn it. So this guy's
It's
a little
good to step out
quirky.
of your shell.
Yeah,
You're an
Hilarious.
emotional person, John. It's okay.
I really am.
Well, Mr. Scarnetti, is there... I guess the last question I have is just, out of what we've asked, is there any additional information that you think you could provide? Maybe I'm not 100% sure how to phrase this, but just any additional kind of hints that you may have come across, any rumors, or because we know the kind of rumors between the man and his lover, but
I'm afraid not. Given as the incident happened earlier this morning, I haven't had too much time to hear about it myself. Given you all surprised me coming here and telling me about his midnight trysts.
Imagine within time you'll find out things that, you'll
Hopefully with your
rumors from your
assistance.
workers. We'll continue our investigation. You'll find things out. We'll come back and talk.
ooh, one more thing.
Yes.
Do you have a pen and paper I could use?
I do.
May I, real quick?
Oh, gosh. Gesture up to his desk.
So, I'll stand up and kind of waddle over and just quickly draw the Sihedron rune on it and just slide it over to him. Does that mean anything to you?
We'll pick up the piece of paper, kind of hold it up to the light, kind of rotate it. It looks like a star. I'm afraid it doesn't strike any immediate bells. Do you mind if I keep this?
I would. Let's see. What's the check? Sense motive. Can I make a sense motive check just to see?
If he's telling the truth.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Yay! I get to use this. Aha!
Yeah.
Hey, that would be a grand total of a 16.
Wow. So as he kind of holds up the paper. Ooh.
The +7
As he
did
holds up the
nothing.
paper, turns it around, and gives you the negative on recognizing it. You can tell he's being honest about it. He truly has no idea what this symbol is supposed to be or mean, is what you're getting from it.
Well, yes, you can definitely hang on to it, and if you see anything like this, please do let us know.
Absolutely. And again, I can't stress this enough. If you as a group find out anything, what? 18, what?
That's how long
That's how
John
long he
said
said he needed.
to get ready.
He's gonna burst right back into the doors, and you're gonna see that
Ignore. He said that he needed exactly 18 minutes and 42 seconds to prepare to leave.
and he's gonna come right back through the door. No apron on, but you'll notice that he has twin bandoliers across his chest, and bottles and flasks and
Oh my god!
every sort of everything across his body, including this
Can we get a
funky
picture of
looking.
this guy?
Yeah, I
What an
want to see what he
absolute
looks
mad
like.
lad we have, huh?
We won't have to buy
so
potions
excited.
now.
Yeah, let me post. Including this thing on his back that's kind of over his backpack that looks like a giant like oven mitt type thing, like a baseball, I guess, baseball mitt, except it's like 2 feet long. It's this weird
Softball.
eccentric looking thing, but like he looks like, if you could imagine what like a kid that's going camping looks like for the first time, where he has all this stuff on him that clearly doesn't seem like he needs any of it, but he's got it all, and he's just all like with a pep in his step.
Well, you've got all the supplies we could ever need with this guy, huh? I like this kid.
He's gonna, mid conversation that you guys are having, he's just gonna interrupt you, like, it's been 18 minutes 42 seconds. I am ready, and he's gonna like catch himself because he's in front of Scarnetti, Titus, and he'll be like, I am ready when you are.
Ryra is openly laughing really loudly, by the way.
Loudly clear his throat. As I was saying, if you do come across any additional information in this investigation, please don't hesitate to let me know. I was going to keep this a bit under, but I feel it's necessary information for your current task in regards to my actions. See, mayoral elections are coming up, and if I could get this squared away as quickly as possible, that would be greatly appreciated.
I mean, we'd love to have this solved pretty soon too. We'll try our best.
Do the people know that? Is it known that you're running for mayor?
Not yet. But it won't be a big surprise. I tend to do this every election.
Oh. Do you think there's anyone that might have it out for you?
No.
And on a political level? Could this be a political hit?
The political bodies of Sandpoint are small and distant.
Huh.
Really, the only formidable one happens to be the Devrons.
Good point.
But I'd rather not have this hanging over me for the election. So, if you could make haste, I would be much appreciative.
We'll work on it or as best as we can, and hopefully get that keep that name of yours squeaky clean.
Jekyll kind of snorts.
You catch a bit of a side eye from Titus, but only for the briefest of moments, before he returns to this kind of cheering or cheerful attitude, kind of getting away from politics. Well, it seems as if my chemist here is ready to take you on his way. Sanatorium, correct?
Aye.
He'll scribble out a quick note.
I've been there a few times. to help with the.
Just to help, huh?
He's gonna awkwardly like look around and be like, all right, ready to go. And he's gonna walk out the door and close it like right behind him.
Well, I suppose we should be going then.
I'll be
sort
right
of-
behind you. I need a word with my brother.
I can see why he's dumping this guy on us.
I'm thrilled to have him. He's gonna make things interesting.
It's been a pleasure meeting all of you. I expect to hear from you soon.
Titus, it's nice meeting you. We'll figure things out. Keep your name clean.
Before Lori leaves, she wants
Sooner than it already is.
she'll walk up to Titus and kind of offer her hand as a handshake.
He will extend his hand to shake yours, but he's giving you like a handshake meant for like a woman, not like a real like
Like a dainty,
handshake.
Dude,
Yeah.
dainty
Lori's
like,
about to break his hand.
Just a little squeeze, you know, like a dwarvish minor squeeze, just like.
Oh,
Well, dwarvish squeeze, that means he broke his hand.
his eyes kind of slightly open a bit more before he kind of doubles down on his handshake, but he's got like a weird angle, so it doesn't work right. Pleasure's all mine, Lori.
Oh no, I've enjoyed
Ryra's
every
gonna give
moment
a
of this, and walks away. And
Ryra's gonna give a quick, awkward curtsy in his direction before slipping out the door.
Bow as you turn to leave.
It's been a pleasure finally meeting the great Titus Scarnetti.
Yeah, I like this one.
I'm sure we'll talk again soon. I'm always looking for work.
Excellent warrior motor car.
I hear there's an opening at the lumber mill.
Hmm.
oh,
I like to open things at the lumber mill.
I'm sorry, was that poorly timed? Was that in poor taste?
Great
I
taste.
I do believe so, Miss Ryra.
She's
It gives me an idea, though. It wouldn't hurt to do a night shift at the scene of the crime.
That sounds spooky as fuck.
Maybe we can do that after the sanatorium if nothing happens. If we don't find anything there.
Just thinking maybe the killer might return to the scene of the crime to, you know.
Crime again.
Seems that the five of you have kind of walked out of the room at this point,
Mm-hmm.
leaving Titus and Jekno in the study.
I would imagine the butler be ready to start escorting us out once we leave the room.
He's waiting next to the shoes.
So we're like, hey, butler, we need some drinks to go.
The dwarves are carrying kegs of whiskey out.
does this come in bulk?
I
I'm
said
gonna need
two
I'm
to
gonna
go.
need a
I meant
bigger
two
glass.
Fun and
kegs.
booze.
We have an investigation, so we need to properly hydrate. And I think we need
Jekno
some more
stays
whiskey
behind and the dwarves
now.
steal from the house.
Yeah, Jekno keeps them busy.
I was about to say, I'm sure Jekno would love for anything to happen.
Not really, because he knows what his brother would do.
Ryra's gonna curiously, while they're waiting, just kind of start checking around, like looking at the house, just like checking things out.
Did you guys get outside?
I think we're in
Yeah.
the hallway still. Or are we
Alright.
outside?
Still in the foyer.
I'm
Yeah.
demanding drinks to go.
Ryra's inspecting the banister.
Agnor is arguing with a suit of armor. That's
What's the
all of a sudden
argument about?
not loud, but he's just like, I don't care if I don't have this. I have plenty of armor. You don't need to come with
Hold
me.
on.
I wish you wouldn't talk about this. And then he's gonna notice that you guys are listening. He's like, we'll talk about this later.
Wait. Can Ryra, like, out of the side of her mouth try and like act like she's the suit of armor talking back at him?
Shot.
Motorcar's gonna put his shoes on and leave that manor.
So Ryra's gonna stand a short distance away from the suit of armor and just kind of like side mouth answers and talk at Ignore and just mess with him then.
He's gonna
So they're
That's
on you.
evil.
he's gonna look perplexed.
I'm following Jekno pretty quickly, or not Jekno, Motocar.
He's gonna notice as obviously the suit of armor is now talking back to him, and the fact that you guys showed up. He's going back to the normal. Ready to go?
We're just waiting on one. Mr. Jekno's back there talking to his brother.
Speaking of getting back into the study, Titus is looking expectantly at you, Jekno.
So you don't say anything about why I've come back. You don't welcome me like a brother. You act like you lie to my face. It's wonderful to see you, brother. I just think that's great.
Oh, I don't think I ever said it was nice to see you.
Well, that's true. You didn't.
Also,
It's just
I'm
wonderfully
you
great.
decided to leave the family yourself.
Yes, it was better to leave the family than be killed. So that was, there's that.
Sorry, I didn't give you a proper welcome. It is nice to see you, though, Jekno.
Oh, I'm sure it really is. Because you kept in touch and made sure I was so safe outside in the world.
Again, leaving the family means leaving the privileges you might have once been used to.
Oh, so used to. And again, the choice was stay in the family and die or leave the family and maybe survive.
Must be misremembering things.
Well, last time it was, like you said, part of the family. People were trying to kill me, so little silly things like that. So I kind of had to leave Sandpoint for a while.
Glad you've gotten more worldly.
I love that you don't deny it, though. That's wonderful. Makes me feel wonderful. And playing in front of my friends, that's great. I'm glad to see you're ever the actor.
Not an act for them at all. I do genuinely appreciate their assistance in this investigation. And I
Oh, I'm
would
sure you
like it
do. But
closed.
keeping your name clean. Yes, your name has never been clean.
Just an ugly rumor.
Yes, founded by facts.
If you
But
choose to believe.
but I choose to believe what I've seen and what I know.
So is there something that you're looking to gain from this interaction, Jekno?
No, I just wanted you to know that I miss you so much, dear brother.
I get the feeling you don't.
Oh, there's a part of me that does with every shot taken.
Perhaps we could turn over a new leaf. Given that you are working on this investigation case, that does sort of tie you to me a little bit.
A little bit. I
Perhaps
will.
in the future we could patch things up.
Well, if you don't send people to kill me this time, I think we can try to patch things up.
I think that would be
I don't want the
best.
business. I never wanted the business. Mother didn't want me to be part of the business. I never wanted to be in the business. I have my own wants and dreams. I don't know what you thought was going to come of this.
When I think of it, I'm not quite sure myself.
Exactly.
Hmm.
You just wanted me out of the family. You didn't want to have me. You didn't want to have to share with me. That's the problem.
Perhaps. I'll have to give it some thought.
You do that, I will go save your precious name and save the town again. How about you try doing something worthwhile in your life for once? And Jackno walks out.
Oh damn!
You might be missing this letter.
I thought you would have given that to somebody else. Why would you wait to give it to me?
They had already kind of left. I thought it'd be rude to call them back.
Yes, but you'd rather call me back, especially after I make pointed claims to you and pointed messages. But I will leave this time. He grabs the messages and walks out.
Ooh.
There's some pretty heavy resistance on the other end of that letter, but eventually Titus Scarnity does let it go. As you
Awesome.
kind of rip it from his hands.
I love that tension between you two. Good job.
And then you're out in the foyer?
That was
Yes.
awesome.
Watching Agnor argue with a suit of armor.
Meanwhile, you've got Reverend ignorant in the hallway, and then the door's looking for beer.
I've found my alcohol and that my fixation, and that's in Mopi. We're outside enjoying the sun.
Oh, Ryra's amusing herself with the new guy.
Uvrin
Yes.
kind of loudly
Walk out.
clears his throat, seeing that you're still here.
Has Jekno come out now?
Yes.
Okay, when Jekno goes out, Ryra will follow him out the door.
I will follow suit. See what I did there?
And as they're coming out, Ryra's gonna kind of like lean close to Jekno and kind of tug on his sleeve and be like, "Do you know this guy?"
Goddamn.
Who's talking?
What was that, Kyle?
Garbage dispenser voice.
No, I'm just fucking laughing at the pun that he just made.
What pun?
Agnor is gonna follow suit.
Oh. Does Jekno answer, Ryra?
He might
Sorry,
not
I didn't
hear
hear
you.
what you said.
Oh, I said that as they're walking out the door, Ryra kind of leans in close and tugs on Jekno's sleeve and is like, "Do you know this guy?" Like in reference to Ignore.
No, I don't, but it seems like my brother has sent us a babysitter.
This is gonna be so fun. Ryra seems thrilled to be
Are you
babysitting.
guys in earshot of him, or is he already
Yes.
outside?
No, we're not. Ryra's not talking loud enough for him to hear, at least.
No, I talked loud enough for him to hear. If he's paying attention.
He's gonna. Well, what's my perception? Hold on.
Isn't he too busy talking to himself?
Yeah, but he can multitask.
He's like
Is
in
there-
mid conversation. He like interrupts himself mid conversation to like
Yeah,
yell at somebody and goes back to
Well,
it.
he's always kind of just mumbling when people aren't paying attention to everything. But he'll hear it and be like, "Baby," he'll look around like on the ground like for a crawling baby.
Oh my god.
This might be John's best character yet.
Ryra's like cry laughing.
He's gonna realize after a few, like that's the thing. Like, so he's like, think of it kind of like Beautiful Minds. Like he's so far that he's like his intellect is so good that like everything else is like just not. So like he doesn't understand like social things unless like he's physically.
High intelligence, low wisdom.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. Like he
Thorum
doesn't.
is fingering his quiver. Come on, Tom.
Oh wow.
I'm alright. I'm a sniper. Come on.
All right, so
Exactly, Kyle.
ready to go.
Yeah.
Sure am, says Uvrim.
How do we want to get to the sanatorium?
Where's
Might
the
have to
sanatorium
go.
on the map?
It's a couple
It
days
was like,
away.
wasn't it like a little
Oh.
further than Thistletop, or it was like a similar distance as Thistletop?
It's sort of, well,
Not in the
if you
same
just put
direction, but
an A to B point, it would be similar distance. However, you have to kind of circumvent some mountains.
Yeah, wouldn't we go talk to our goblin ear guy and get some horses?
We're gonna need some supplies too.
So
Yeah.
Sandpoint is right here.
Mhm.
Cave Sanatorium is a bit further inland, close to the Ashen Rise.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So
A decent distance away.
seems like
Maybe
it would be easier to
7
go out to
hours.
the coast and go up river, right?
Are those mountains able to be passed, or do you have to go around them?
Oh,
Around the
there
hills?
is.
Ignore. Do you have any concoctions that can get us through those mountains?
Uh,
Are we gonna
Like,
trust his
he's
concoctions?
gonna take out this book and start flipping through pages. Like I think I do. No, I don't. I did, but I don't. And he's gonna like freeze, like awkwardly, and it's enough for like everyone to kind of look around. It's a good like solid minute.
Someone
he's
hit
just
his
frozen.
reset button.
I'll kind of pinch his thigh a little bit.
He's gonna snap to. He's like, no time like the present. And he's like, is this a small dragon? A dragon queen?
Yes.
But it's a male.
Yes.
I am perplexed.
His name is Gwahir.
Why are you here?
You should treat him with the proper respects, or he might light you on fire.
Bows, almost to the point of his face is almost hitting the ground. All of the stuff on his back and his belts and everything,
While
like
he's bowing,
shingle jangle as he's like completely bending over.
while he's bent over, Rywer's gonna grin over him at the rest of the party, like, isn't this fun? Kind of grin.
Your Eminence.
I don't know. This is gonna get old real quick.
He'll calm down, guys.
I love
don't
it,
know if I have
but it's
this
gonna
word.
get like way crazy too quick.
No, this is great.
I can't tell if us as people are upset at my character or if your
No.
characters are upset at him.
It is never me. It is always my character.
Okay, thank
It's
you.
Jack
both
Noah is
Kaylee
gonna
and
get
Ryra.
Jack Noah is not gonna be able to handle it that long.
Both Kaylee and Rywer love this.
Okay.
Ed
if
loves
need
it, but
be,
Jack Noah's like, oh my god, not this long.
if need be, Eloise can come in and literally assassinate this guy, and we'll just pretend he didn't exist. I don't want to piss off people.
No, it's
No,
fine.
this is
We're going to
fantastic.
the sanitarium. It's where he belongs, apparently.
Right?
Oh,
We
can
might
leave
check him
there.
in.
We're dealing with Ed Nigma.
Right?
So
Get out
he's
of
gonna
the Discord.
after the
Get him out of here.
Your Eminence thing, he's gonna kind of calm down a little bit and be like, "I'm sorry, my mind sometimes goes a mile a minute, and I forget that other people don't follow. Did
One
you
person
guys need
huh?
Did you guys need any supplies or some sort of accoutrement before we leave?
What's the accoutrement?
I don't have
What?
time to explain.
Well, we were going to go to the stables and bring rations for the trip because it's going to take a little while.
Oh yes, food's important. Food makes your belly go gum. Yum yum yum.
Yum yum yum.
Gonna turn back around and start heading back away from the path towards the town. Have you guys had the fish ticks? It's a good friend of
No,
mine.
but we have had the fish
God, I love
sticks.
Eric just sitting back loving this.
No, but we have had the fish sticks.
Fish sticks.
Yes. What a charming man. So much personality. Too much, if you ask me. I just hate people that just keep going on and don't know when to shut up.
It's charming.
Yeah, I hate when people do that, right?
Ryra's gonna ignore up and down and be like, "Do you need anything? Any supplies?"
As she's like saying that, he's gonna like eye contact and like slowly walk close to her. I'll touch the tip of her ear. Interesting. And then just walk away.
Ryra's gonna look kind of like at the others, like, "What the fuck?"
You showed too much interest in him. Now he's interested in you.
More or less just the ears. Not in a creepy. I'm gonna chop them off way.
Is
Just
that Ignor
he doesn't
talking?
see a lot of elves.
Is that Ignor talking, saying, "I'm not interested in you in a creepy way. Like I'm not gonna chop off your ears." I just think
Yeah, that makes sense. He does say that.
he's talking that. He's saying that.
Well, I'm again assuming Motorcar just said that because he never.
Of
Yeah,
course.
so he'd say that.
You guys want to get some horses?
Yes, please.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Why, yes, I
Okay.
would much very
We're
like
going to our
horses.
goblin ear guy, right? Motorcar, he said he'd
Goblin
always
squash
supply us, right?
stables. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll get us going.
Didn't he give us a cart?
He did give me a cart for Shadow Mist.
Yeah. So wouldn't we just be able to take Shadow Mist in the cart? So we
Cart's not a
wouldn't need.
carriage. Cart and carriage are two totally different things. Unless you
Yeah.
sit in the back of a cart.
Is the cart big enough for all of us?
Probably not. Probably got to squeeze.
Be snug.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get something else then.
I would like for the record to show that I do not despise cuddling, but I do have what some would call wandering hands.
Manacles.
Oh.
I'll get them when we're at the store.
Oh, let's give get some manacles. He's gonna sleep
We all
handcuffed.
have rope. We will just tie him up in rope.
Yeah, put manacles on our shopping list.
Manacles and rope. It seems you two know more about me than I thought.
We just hazard a really good guess.
An educated guest, if you will.
Yes.
Education.
Lori is absolutely confused. What?
We'll explain it later, Lori. It's okay.
Kind of looking at Motorcar, just what?
You have to understand, we're talking to a man from another plane. He's a bit different.
Who? Me?
Okay.
No. I'm from this plane. Although, and it just trail off again.
I'll pinch him
He is
again so he can keep
extra-planar.
walking towards the stables.
Just keep slapping his ass, Lori.
Oh,
No,
um,
not at all.
meta knowledge. Motorcar, you changed class, right?
I sure did.
So you're a cleric now?
I am a cleric.
A violent cleric, as in like sword and board still?
Yep.
And then, Lori, did you change?
Nope.
So you're still
I think Motorcar's the only one that changed.
Well,
No.
Ryra changed from
Oh.
illusion to evocation.
But yeah, but you didn't change classes.
And Lori, you're an oracle?
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was a cleric.
No.
She's been an oracle the whole time.
Ryra has no idea what's happening.
Think of
That's nothing new.
Think of an oracle as the sorcerer version of a cleric.
Yeah.
So yes, but no.
Yes.
No, that makes sense.
But no.
Oracle is more casting, less fighting, and cleric is more fighting, less casting.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you guys getting supplies?
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll get that carriage. I'll get the carriage, you guys can get supplies.
Agnor's ready to go. It's as
He
if
can tell.
he prepared before
It's his first
this
camping
adventure
trip. He's excited.
to
So
be completely self-sufficient, at least for the first time.
So if you guys are looking to travel, there is a wagon shop in town called Ween's Wagons.
Sounds like a place
You-
to start.
Have seen a couple of like actual carriages there before, which, like for your knowledge, carriages are actually fairly cheap. They can hold 4 people in the cabin along with 2 drivers, and they're only like 100 gold,
Oh,
which is
Nice.
kind of interesting. If that's the route you guys are trying to take.
mayhaps.
That might be our better idea.
Probably cheap because, like, if you go into a dungeon, you kind of have to leave it outside. You don't want to store things in it because people can just steal from it.
I'll throw 50 of my gold in Motokar's pocket, so he's not taking the whole thing of the carriage.
I'll toss him 25 gold.
All right. Oh,
25.
that's 3/4.
Y'all got that Dalton money.
Also, yeah, let me subtract it
guap.
from my thing.
Dalton guap.
I had gold before that.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Rude, assuming a woman doesn't have money.
I would never.
But I definitely want need to stock up on some potions.
We have an alchemist.
I don't want to assume that our alchemist
That's
can make potions, so I want potions.
I'm assuming you guys are in the shop. So
An
I won't
easy
comment.
trip to Bottled Solutions will take care of that for you.
Yes, please and thank you. How much
Oh.
are potions? Of
That
cure
question
light
goes to
wounds?
Michael. Michael, what was the price?
Well, the flat price is 55, but if you're bundling with them, he'll sell them 3 for 150.
Yeah,
So
that's the Motorcar special now.
The Moto special.
can I do or give him 450 and he give me 9?
If you want to spend that much on
Cure
12,
Light.
the 12,
No, 3 potions is 150.
you want 9.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you want to spend that much, go for it.
He also,
I'd be
you could
more than happy.
also, I think weren't like the cure moderates like 350 gold a piece?
Oh, they're not that expensive. I think.
Oh, how much were they?
Come on, DM. Yeah, I know that answer right on the spot. How much are they?
Yeah. I can imagine they'd be more than like. They might actually be 300.
That's what I thought, because I asked you before when I was buying potions during that, like we had like 2 weeks off time.
Yeah, because
And I
moderate
decided not
is
to do it because they were so
second
damn
off.
expensive.
Yeah. So 300 for that
For 1 potion?
of cure moderate. Yeah,
Ooh.
it gets pricey.
They're also 2d8 instead of 1d8.
I'll do, well, if he's got one, then I'll do,
Hey, I've got a better idea. If you're going out and spending all this money, go buy a wand.
that's very true. Does he have one?
He probably would.
Nisk wouldn't, but Voon probably could.
I was about to say,
Okay,
Go
so
to
I'll
him.
just do the 3 potions of cure light wounds. So that's minus 150.
Or just go buy a wand for 750.
It's total 750.
Probably even cheaper.
For full charge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I'll just do the wand then. That'll be easier.
Price of a wand is equal to the level of the spell times the caster's level.
Briar's
times-
gonna drop a hand on Lori's shoulder and be like, "I appreciate it."
Yeah, 750 for a wand of cure light wounds that Voon has just unboxed.
Okay.
That'll be 50 charges.
50 charges. Caster level is level 1 though, so it would be 1d8 plus 1.
What do we do on this chain shirt I have? Are we selling it?
Yeah, if you're not putting it on, sell it.
Yeah, no. Right, what would we sell a chain shirt for?
We could sell that at the armory, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Just a regular chain shirt, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. You should be able to get back about 50 gold for that.
Okay. Lori, you wanted all this malachite, right?
Oh my god, that was loud. Yes.
What was left?
Whenever you keyed in, there was a noise in the background.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I didn't have any noise coming in.
Me either.
My house is haunted.
Okay. But you wanted all this malachite, right? I have 34 pieces
Yes.
of malachite.
Oh yes.
Okay, I still have it. So 50 gold. How are we gonna split 50 gold? Oh, okay.
Also, I want to get rid of that rancer I was carrying around. The ornate rancer.
Oh yeah, now
Jazzy!
Jazzy. Yeah, but isn't it magic?
It's not. It's just ornate.
Oh,
Rid
that's
of.
okay.
There's the
Want to make
pouch.
me an appraisal check?
Not really, but if you really want one, then I must oblige.
I can do one.
You don't have to. No. We'll go ahead and let Ryder do it. 19.
Yeah, it's a good number, so I'm not gonna roll.
Sure is.
I actually have appraises, one of my skills.
Oh, she's being so nice. Look at her.
Oh,
she's
she's so
loving it.
happy! She's so happy!
Oh, she's loving it. Loving it, Daddy. Loving it.
Oh, big neck scritchums.
Such a cutie. Well, Michael, Modokar, it seems that Sava of Sava's Armory is more than willing to give you 225 for the ransom. Gold.
225 is good for me. It is all yours.
As Ryder's kind of there to help you sell it a little bit.
Yikes, that's a lot. Were there any other weapons I wanted to offload? Do I really need that heavy flail anymore? Nah, let me get rid of this heavy flail too. Whatever it's worth.
My roll 20 is freezing.
Whoops. How much is the total?
On second thought, it's not even worth me selling to you. It's only worth 15 gold brand new. I'll just hold on to it. It doesn't weigh that much.
Whatever you say.
But that's it. Selling that, and I'll go grab the cart.
Gotcha. You end up having to talk to a Mr. Ween, kind of a strung out, uh, baggy looking man. If that description makes any sense to you.
Mm-hmm. That
Um,
works.
He is absolutely elated that someone is coming up to him and offering to buy a carriage.
I've come to buy one of your fine carriages.
How many people does a carriage like
6.
4
fit?
inside,
The
2
carriage
in
interior is 4. Yeah, then you have 2 drivers.
Oh.
The tears kind of welling up in his eyes as he shows you all of his. Well, he doesn't have that many, but he shows off his selection. Uh, they're all pretty much the same.
Just pick one. If they're all about the same.
Yep. You pick one. They all look the same. You hand off your bag of money. You paying him 100?
Pay him that full 100.
Gotcha.
If that's
And
what
he
it's
will
worth. That's what he'll get.
Am I
he'll
near you
immediately
when
start
you're looking at the
digging in your
characters?
bag. Oh,
Did you come with me to buy the carriage?
No, but I was outside.
Sure, you're near me. I mean, everyone else went to the general store, but sure.
When he says take your pick and you're like, it doesn't really matter or whatever, he's gonna walk up and he's gonna kind of like touch each one, like as if he's hearing it. Like, no, this one is the one that we want. It's good wood, good family line.
What does the person who's selling it think?
he's agreeing. Like, oh, yeah. It's good wood.
It's like, of course.
Well, this man speaks to wood, so if that's the wood we're buying, that's the wood we're
I
buying.
don't speak to wood. That's a crazy thought. The wood speaks to me.
Oh, sure. You learned the Sylvan tongue?
I actually am quite proficient in it.
I'm sorry I asked.
Well, you can ask whatever you'd like.
You can ask the wagon whatever you want. You can cast Speak with the Dead.
Oh man, we're buying wood made out of dead wood? That's no good.
I'm actually proficient in 7 languages. A couple more, mostly swear words. And
Oh, you almost rival Ryra.
You don't speak goblin, do you?
I do.
Mm,
Well, if you keep asking, it'd probably be simpler as we're kind of walking with the wagon. I speak Sylvan. I'm been known to argue with an orc or two, if you know. They're quite rambunctious. Goblin, gnoll, gnome, of course, elven and common. There's a
mm,
few others, but not that I would consider myself proficient in. I can ask where the bathroom is.
It's important to know.
Of course, I don't understand what they say back, but kind of trails off.
You can't brew something to help yourself with that?
Oh, of course I could brew anything. I'm a brewer. No, that's not right. I'm a broaster. I'm a bro. I bro. No, that's not right either.
You're a barista.
Yes, that's it.
Oh my god.
And in combat, what do? You brew stuff?
I'm gonna I'm gonna like lean into him like, let's just say he's like putting his fingers to his lips. I'm like, let's just say things can get really exciting very quickly in a matter of speaking. It's a very loud profession that I partake in. Don't be near me too much though.
You don't have to warn me about that.
He's gonna
Are they
take
back with the party yet?
he's gonna take a bomb off the side of him and he's gonna like throw it up and be like, yes, I'm quite accurate, but sometimes accidents do happen.
You want to juggle that a little bit further away from the carriage?
Oh, it's innate, right? It's and he's gonna like look at it and be like studying. It's like, wait, is this act? No. This is nothing but a mere shell. Means to deliver my words, my aggressive negotiations.
Huh.
So
I
over
can
the
be
course of
quite
this
sorry.
beautiful conversation, you guys managed to grab Shadow Mist, get back to
I forgot about Shadow.
Ween's wagon, and tie them up to the carriage.
We still have Shadow Mist. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Of course.
What does
Shadow Mist is
what does
going-
As-
Ignore think the horse?
You met with this incredibly large, taller than you, jet black horse.
he's just gonna he's gonna like because he's talking to Motorcar, he's gonna almost double take him like, dear Lord, this is a beast if I've ever seen one. He's gonna walk right up to it, smell it, which obviously is not what normal people would do. Like, yes, you must be a powerful beast. Start petting it. Do you have a name?
Snorts.
Do I speak
you-
horse? If I have no Sylvan, no, I guess I don't. That's more of a plant thing, right?
I think Tom fell asleep.
Me too.
Tom,
Tom!
Yeah. Wow.
We love you, Tom.
Just
Fell asleep
catching you
on-
before you got too far gone.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, does Ignore bore you?
sorry, Tom.
He doesn't have alcohol,
Yeah.
therefore he is bored. No alcohol means
No, I
he
was
is
just kind of
bored.
drifting
There's no
off.
killing things.
It doesn't take
horse-
too long for you guys to get the wagon or carriage set up and assemble everyone ready to go.
About what time is it by the time we actually like start leaving? Like where?
So when we started the session, it was about noon. Your
Mhm.
conversation with Titus, your shopping and getting the carriage set up has taken you guys to about maybe 4:30.
Let's get going. No better time to visit the sanatorium.
Agner's going to be like, come on, climb on into the Kusana, which of course I've named the wagon. It's actually told me what its name was.
Kusan?
Yes.
Noted.
You especially get in the back. Go
What,
on.
what language does Wood speak?
A very hard and difficult one. Very, I don't
Very
actually.
sturdy, if you could say.
I would tell you, but I have no reason to. Not that I wouldn't want you to branch out, but we must leave immediately before.
Even Lori is gonna look at Motorcard and is like, does he always speak like this?
Well, we must head to the sanatorium to root out any of these answers we're looking for.
I'm driving the carriage, so you guys are having fun with him in the back.
I'm sitting up
Yeah,
front
I'm
with
up
him.
top with no.
Nope.
I'm up top with
Nope.
Motorcard.
Sorry. You're gonna
Yeah,
have to
well,
pick
no.
my heavy ass up.
Guys, just to prevent you guys from fighting, I'll sit up with Motorcar.
Okay.
No, sir. I believe that I will stay up front. Plus I'm the one that knows his spot if he ever needs to be woken up.
He also knows where we're going, so
It's
he'd
true.
have to be up top.
I am the guy, but I guess I could. What some would call backseat drive.
Ryra's gonna
Yes,
get Ignor's
please.
attention, and she's going to tell him Gwahir needs to be attended to.
Oh, Your Majesty, and he's gonna like bow and be like, "No, I'm sorry. I shall remain in the back and provide all necessary accoutrement, if you will, to Gwahir."
So confused.
I love this so much.
So we got Ryra and Egnar sitting in the back with who else?
Thorum and Jekno.
Yeah, Thorm and Jekno.
Leaving the couple in the driving seats.
As
That's
it should
right.
be.
Don't make me
Although
turn this
Jackno might
goddamn
knock
carriage
out
around.
Agnor if Agnor keeps it up.
Is this like a covered wagon or like just a regular?
It's like an actual carriage. So like there's like two
Huh.
bench seats on either side, a set of doors for entrance.
Gotcha.
That even comes with lanterns.
Agnar's gonna
Maybe
kind
they
of stick his
have
head through like the window and be like, "If any of you get tired up there, you let me know. I can drive, or steer. You just let me know."
Will do.
God damn it, Motorcar, please do not fall asleep.
Just
There are
like
powers
that,
that be keeping me awake.
you're off.
This reminds me of a joke. An elf, a dwarf, and a human are riding in the back of a carriage. I don't remember the middle part, but at the very end, it's like, "I haven't seen my bartender."
You know
Ryra,
what?
Ryra laughs really hard.
You know what? In fact, I have not seen my bartender.
I knew you probably haven't. He's gonna slap him on the back.
I'm assuming that we hear this. I'll lean back to Thorum real quick. Please, can I have a drink? Do you have anything to drink?
We always do that.
Agnar's gonna think you're talking. I have plenty to drink if you'd like some, but I wouldn't suggest some of them.
Not what I'm asking.
It's gonna look sheepish.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some of Thorin's drink and down it, and then turn back.
Ignore, what's your favorite thing to drink?
I'm partial to frog soup.
Oh God.
Is that not common?
I'm not sure.
Water. It's gonna look complete like I don't know what the right answer is, so I'll just make something up.
Oh, Movement, huh? My least favorite rule system. It's so
Travel.
easy to break.
Extremely easy to break.
It's been broken before.
Become a man running 80 miles per hour.
Oh God.
Just running that long. Fast. I know it's here somewhere. There's an actual mileage. It's not like you're going like fucking 30 miles an hour.
Robert, I was wondering if I could take a look at your spell book.
Sure.
Do you really want to hand that over?
His eyes are going to be glowing.
She will supervise, but yes.
I'm just interested in what you have researched and written down.
Well, my research and my spellbook are two very different things.
Regardless, you guys are going to be stuck in this carriage for at least 4 hours. At least. You guys have plenty of time to discuss whatever, sleep, make small talk, sleep,
Not
not
talk
do
at all.
anything.
Punch
if
Agnor in the face to knock him out, you know.
Ryra's gonna spend the entire ride messing with Ignor. Whether it's by like making him do things for Gwahir, casting ghost sounds, or just like asking him weird questions.
So
I'm gonna be
Agnar's going to look like he's sleeping the whole time, but he'll randomly call out directions. They're all right, but it's just like, it's how is he even doing that type of thing?
I'm forcing Agnor into a dwarven drinking game that is extremely one-sided. That's gonna force him to drink it way too much.
Damn, so everybody's picking on Ignor while he's just trying to sleep.
Yeah, he'll call out a direction, and then Tom or Thorum will be like, "Oh, time for another drink." He'll be like, "Oh, all right."
Every time you're calling out a drink, I'm forcing you to drink like more and more.
Every time he opens his mouth, Thorum just goes.
Down. All those drinks everyone else was asking for earlier. Nope.
Agnor's directions do end up taking you down the Lost Coast Road, sort of around the mountains, where you take a detour off the main road onto sort of a set of farm roads, really, that kind of follows the Cougar River, which right here. And over the course of these several hours, the environment gets less and less cluttered. It's more kind of plains at this point. And as it gets darker and colder, and you get closer to the saintly haven of respite, you can see sort of a thick fog sort of rolling in from inland.
I don't like the look of that.
Hmm.
How far can we see even into the fog?
At this point, you guys can see like a decent, like 80 feet. It's not too heavy.
Does the lanterns help at all?
Not
Nah.
particularly. I mean, it illuminates the ground.
Oh.
Or it's not having it.
I'll be doing my best to keep my eye out and ears open.
But before too long, the fog gets thicker and thicker, and eventually you see this sort of 3-story spire kind of emerge from a building with its lights on inside. Kind of appear. just like bam, right next to you is this sort of signpost reading the Saintly Haven of Respite, although it's more commonly known as Habe's Sanatorium. So, as you sort of wheel up to the building, you disembark motorcar, tie up from Shadow Mist to a nearby post. And as you all exit the carriage, the sun is set, the fog is thick, it is very dark.
Do we want to go to sleep and come back in the morning?
Already
You're
here.
already here.
Get it over with.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm sure they'll
Wonderful.
have rooms for us.
At this point, how long have we been awake?
Since the morning.
Okay, so yeah, let's
You want
go.
like a specific hour?
No, that's good enough.
To the
Oh.
detail.
Well, I'd say at about this point it's 8:30ish at night.
Yeah, we got time.
Agnar's gonna put a finger up. He's gonna lick it and be like, "I think it's about 8:30ish at night."
Sure.
It's a moon. It's a moon dial. It's a moon dial.
Got it.
Your finger is?
Yeah, I can tell. You know, you can tell in the sun. And the moon is a reflection of the sun, and he's just gonna start mumbling again.
Ryra's gonna nod. Just keep nodding.
So if we want to know the time, we have to lick your finger?
No, that's just for the wind speed and the variables that might involve throwing things. It's useful for some.
Take your word for it, then.
Should we rest? What does your eminence think? And he's gonna look directly at Gwahir.
Oh,
He
Borg's
doesn't
popping his head up.
Gwahir doesn't speak to mere mortals. I am his voice.
I
Ryra's
apologize. He's gonna bow again. He's gonna mumble to himself. He's so stupid. Of course he doesn't talk to you. You know nothing.
Borg, don't do it, Borg.
He's just climbing into the window. There's like a window
Oh.
seat.
I thought he was gonna jump on your computer.
There's a little cat hammock in the window. He loves to get halfway into the hammock and have the other half of his on my desk, and and I have to push him back up there because he's an idiot.
Who was this bought?
An invisible god.
It's none of your concern.
Yes.
Knock,
So
knock,
we,
knock.
is Gwahir? Can you ask Gwahir if you like? If are we tired?
She's gonna turn and pretend to whisper into Gwahir's ear, and she's gonna turn and announce, "We are."
He's gonna look around and not understand why no one else is rushing to make sure that Gwahir is comfortable. He's new to this party.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm not good at bowing to kings.
Aside from your speech, the evening is fairly quiet. That is until a sort of gargly stream
Oh Lord.
cuts through the silence. Tell that it's coming from in the sanatorium.
Is it daytime now?
So we're gonna wait until
No.
morning to go in there, right?
Of course not. We're going in.
No,
right
I
now.
believe we have to go in now.
Awesome.
And no sleep.
What do you need sleep for?
Sleep's not gonna change the screams. It's a sanitarium. What do you expect?
I know, but I mean, we gotta go in there all night long.
The night's just getting
And listen
started,
to them.
and I gotta drive back. So let's get this over with. Approach the door.
The
Jackno pulls out the letter. Whoever's taking lead, you might want this first.
You know what? This will be fun. Give it to our new friend. He's our guide after all.
Oh no, they might lock us all up first. Let's not do that.
No, I insist. Give it
No,
to him.
no.
I second that. I want to see what happens. We'll be
I'm
I
here
don't
for
want us
backup.
all to be. I don't want us all being locked up in here. Let's not.
Ryber will
Who
offer to
says
take
we're
the
all
letter.
going to get locked up? We have
Ryber will offer
badges.
to take the letter,
Thank you, Ryra.
and she'll immediately hand it to Agnor.
Yeah, they're not going to believe the letter if we gave it to him and let him hold on to it. Now, will they?
Look,
We don't
Agnor's
even
just
know
not
what's written
some
in there.
guy.
Ryber's gonna say, Agnor, Gwahi requests that you lead the way.
Yes, please.
We can't hear you.
Hello?
There
There
you
you
are.
go.
There we go.
I've been talking this whole time.
Aw.
That's weird.
I'm sorry, buddy. You were so
It
quiet.
did that to me too. So you're
Dang
not
it.
the only one that's doing it
The
too.
old Discord, you know.
I'm like, man, they really hate me so much. They're not even listening to what I'm saying now. Yes,
Yeah.
I will snatch it as you are trying to pass it to Ryra before she even gets to do it, is what I said,
Oh,
amongst other things. But anyways, you're like, yes, I am your guide, and I will guide you in this life or the next, and I'll have like a small chuckle. I'm just kidding. Or maybe I'm not. He's just gonna walk up, and he's going to rap on the door. What time is it, roughly?
8,
I thought we were asleep for a bit.
8:30.
no, we didn't go to sleep.
Trudging through.
Oh,
It's still nighttime.
Sleeps for the
Okay.
week.
8:30 at night.
so he's gonna rap on the door and be
Thank
like, King Gwai here is here, and his fellow consorts. We demand entrance.
Oh my
Oh, this
god.
was a mistake.
We get a map.
For King Guire.
We have a map.
Everything looks good, right?
Yeah,
Yo.
everything
Yeah.
looks great.
Oh, we're just in the top of the corner.
Actually, we have one big problem. Half of my thing is black. I can only see where we're standing.
Oh, I see. That's such an issue.
Yeah. Can you give us the whole GM layer, please?
Oh, of course.
Yes, please.
It's like a RTS. You can't hide the map from us. It's cheating.
Use Bastion as a gun. You know, like cock him and fire.
No,
Space
I had
Cat.
to pick him up and put him up in the window because he can't get up there himself.
Oh, fat kitty.
Allow me to describe the sanatorium for you.
Yes, please.
So, what you're currently looking at through the fog and darkness is a squat stone building that you can see has 3 floors. Kind of with a stone flagged roof. Oh, well, hello.
Bastion. I
Built
need a
in
name, Bastion.
sort of the shadow of the ashen rise, this massive limestone. From what you can see, the kind of main door is made out of a thick wood, and all of the windows that you can see on the first floor are incredibly narrow, probably no more than 4 inches wide. You can sort of smell this sour, burning incense kind of wafting out from the sanatorium itself. Um, kind of standing before you is a veranda of sorts. You can tell that the floorboards are very old, uh, and it seemed like our new accomplice. Oh, there's my nameplate. Egnor is going to knock on the door
Where's the door? To the right?
down this way.
Well, I'm not gonna go all by
Yeah,
myself.
I'm assuming you guys. Like that's, man, they really do hate me.
I
I
wouldn't
was gonna
miss
send
this
you in
for
with
the
a
world.
letter. I was gonna just hang out outside. I mean, I was
Walking,
gonna stand guard duty outside to make sure everything was safe out here.
No way. I wouldn't miss this interaction for the whole world.
Um,
you all make plenty of noise as you walk across the veranda, the old floorboards creaking under the lightest amount of weight. Um,
he's gonna knock again, and then he's gonna be like in a almost like a quirk, like knock, 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 knock on wood, as he's knocking.
you can hear a door open from the inside. Um, why? Where's my thing? Undo. Why won't you work? There we go. Sort of halfway opens as Thorum just aimlessly wanders around the outside.
He's
Scoping
patrolling.
out the exterior.
And the door sort of creaks open a little bit. And you're met with a sort of annoyed looking gentleman. Um, uh, yes, it's quite late. How may I help you?
I do apologize, and you're gonna see like he's gonna kind of like straighten up a little bit more. He's now in his regal-esque type of. I do beg your pardon, sir, that we are visiting so late. I have here a letter. We have some questions, and time is of the essence.
Questions about what?
He's gonna hand the letter. The
You
letter
take the letter.
should speak of. We
No, I
dare
want to
not.
hear it. Questions about what?
Ryra's gonna kind of lean forward and say, we have questions for one of your patients. I believe his name is Grace Sevilla.
You can see the man's shoulders are going to sag down, and he'll kind of unseal the letter, read through it, and kind of take a look at all of you, kind of crowding the veranda.
Ryra's gonna kind of shift so he can see the deputy badge.
Right. Well, my name is Aaron Habe, and let's make this quick.
I would like that
I
very
will
much.
allow you to speak to my patient, but only with my involvement.
Sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Sure, your place. You make the rules.
Mm,
Agnar's gonna kind of step back and kind of gesture for everyone to follow the guy in.
Okay.
Also, something of note, he'll kind of raise his voice a little bit more so that everyone can hear. You're all to follow me and not deviate from the path.
Ryra's gonna kind of raise her eyebrows and look behind her at Lori and be like, "Are you too alarmed by this kind of look?"
Whispering to Ryra slightly. A little bit, but we'll see where it goes.
Won't hesitate to have you removed from my establishment. Anyways, kind of take a step back through the this sort of kind of grimy looking entranceway. As you all kind of move through, you can see that it's filled with these kind of oiled raincoats hanging on these pegs on the wall. Um, and the ground seems to be the floor in the room seems to be kind of covered in some mud.
Mm.
Please make sure to wipe your shoes off.
I'll do so.
Yeah, definitely wiping our feet.
Mm-hmm.
No, knock all the dirt off. However, I am not taking them off this time.
I was gonna ask you that.
Not
Kyle,
this.
we're getting some kind of like feedback from your mic.
I think it's. Do you have a fan on?
No, I have a washer going on in the background right now, so I'm just trying to keep everything muted as I can.
Gotcha.
Oh, he's getting washed in the background.
Are we going in, Agnar?
We're all invited.
No one seems to be moving.
Let's go ahead and get that door open.
I step to the side.
Look at that.
Ryra runs in.
I love that hat.
Well,
She didn't run in.
looking at a hat.
Yeah, Abe's whole hat thing he has going on.
Oh yeah. He looks like the what's the
Professor from
professor's
Harry
name?
Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Squirrel.
Quirrell.
Quirrell.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the
Yeah.
head to pop out from the back.
Yeah.
For some reason, this spot right here.
Yeah,
It's
there's no
blacked out.
light. The light.
Place is also so tiny we all can't just fit in there.
Just a weird negative space.
Yeah,
It's a spooky asylum. I don't know what you expected.
I think
Yeah.
I see. Oh, it's
yeah.
also
It's like
really dark in here.
the shadows aren't changing when we move.
Is there no light on in here?
No, there is. I mean, it's
I
really
can see
dark.
light.
Light's coming in from the windows, but yeah, I'm checking all your lights right now. I don't actually know where Lori is.
I have low light vision.
I'm
Yeah.
right behind Quirrell.
My light is fucked up too.
Oh, let's see.
No, I'm human, so I don't get any extra stuff.
Like even this part down here. Like it's a weird shape. And
Every time you move your character like into a black spot, it like leaves a
it
spot where your token was.
Yeah.
I just noticed that.
Looks
Yeah,
like
that's
weird
it's being
angles.
weird.
If you'd
Right.
stop moving your character tokens, I can take a look at your light.
Hey, bro, I don't like weird. Fix it, please.
Clearly.
Like I'm next to Ryra, but half of her token's gone.
Not gonna lie, you're kind of spooking me with this darkness.
Ooh, I'm
Ski it.
sorry.
I didn't know it was supposed to be so spoopy.
You know,
I told
it's
you
supposed-
guys. We should have
No
waited
one's
until
currently
morning.
emitting light. So I'll fix
Bro,
that by just adding some.
Yeah, who's on top of Quirrell? Because I can't even see who that is.
well, I'm gonna turn my light spell on if you don't make it brighter.
Who the fuck is Quirrell?
I'm gonna make the whole world bright if you don't brighten it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't even see all of Lori. There we go.
That's better.
That's it. You force my hand.
I couldn't even tell Ryra was right there.
It's because I'm not.
Okay.
Where's Motorcar?
Go outside
in the
because there's
back.
no space.
You get in
Well,
here.
we're not supposed to go ahead of him.
I know.
There's
Get
space
in
next to me now.
I only moved because there wasn't room for all of us.
Agner, stop moving!
I'm trying to get out of the way.
He's eccentric.
He's
I would
like
be at the back
pacing.
anyways.
Doing a little shuffle dance here in the doorway.
Jeez, it's not like there's a whole other area here.
I don't know.
I thought we weren't supposed to be in front
Yeah,
of the guy.
he said we're not supposed to deviate from the path.
Sorry, boss. He has to give us
Like,
a
dang
path,
it.
so we can't deviate from it.
I'm so confused.
I don't know what to
Pile
do.
on in. You're letting all the incense out.
What's this smell called?
It's a mix of local herbs. I find that it helps the deviant mind.
Who's this young man?
I would advise you not to speak to him. He's one of my orderlies. His name is Gumak.
Okay.
Uh,
Hello, Gumak.
he
Oh, sorry, you
doesn't
said not
Didn't
to
really.
he
speak to
say
him. I'm sorry.
didn't he just say
I'm
not to
sorry!
speak to him?
He doesn't really respond, but you can tell that he is a rather large and sort of deformed-looking tiefling. He's got a
What are you?
sort of a messed up hand and cloven hooves for feet. I
You've been doing experiments in here?
find that to be highly distasteful.
I was about to say
No,
that's rude.
he's one of my assistants. Sometimes he patrols the ground, keeps some of the more rowdier inmates in line, prepares their meals, etc., etc. Um, the name
So
of the patient you were here to see again?
graced. Sevilla.
Graced, graced. Ah, yes, my newest and most interesting.
Why do you say most interesting?
I'm sure you'll see soon enough. Take a step around. Gumak, keep an eye on the lower floor for me. There's a very subtle nod given from Gumak. As Aaron unlocks this door in front of him, uh, revealing a staircase that ascends. If you would please follow me. Let's see. Yes. Trying to get everyone together real quick. That way I can just easily move you all. This is not an easy room.
So I've got to ask, does Habe have a bowl cut, or is that just the way his hat's designed?
That's just his hat.
Because like he has a full bowl cut and then just has his headscarf draped around it.
He's hiding another face, man. Come on.
Voldemort looking ass.
He's basically Oliver Tree.
Hey, do we have a full picture of his helper? I can't help but feel like
Tiefling?
I can't help but feel like he's clad in full iron plate armor right now, looking at us.
Yeah, that's kind of what he looks like.
He's looking pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
That's kind of the job.
I'll give him a little wave.
I can't
As we
see
leave.
anything. I'm blind.
And
I'll
you will
hold
stay
Ryra's hand.
blind. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
It's black for me too.
It's black for everybody. Give him a sec.
I
I've
have
given him a
light.
sec.
You do have light.
I don't know why I emit light though.
You have dark vision.
Oh, yes. That is
It's not exactly
why.
light.
I have dark vision.
You're an elf. Elves don't have dark vision,
Oh,
We have low light vision.
damn.
which doesn't
We can-
mean much.
We can see double the amount that a human can in low light.
Whoa! I thought you told him to watch the lower floors.
I did.
Why is he here then?
You some kind of racist?
They all look the same.
They don't all look the same.
This is his brother, Gortus.
Oh, are they twins?
No, Gumak and Boomak.
Oddly enough, they're not.
I can't see shit.
That's her
That's
weird
'cause
way
it's
of saying
dark.
that all tieflings look the same.
You guys got to move forward.
Come on, Modi.
Through that door. All right.
As you guys make your way up the stairs and into this sort of building, you can see that the door you've entered through is reinforced with iron bands and needed to be unlocked by Habe. However, the room you're standing in now is sort of, well, it looks a lot like a cell block, just about. You can see that there are a couple of tables, chairs, and sort of various uh, crafting supplies. There's the odd book here and there. So it looks like it might be used as a common room every now and then. Uh, but sort of standing in the center as you all enter is another fairly deformed looking tiefling. But still large and imposing, equally as silent as the one on the first floor. Uh, please don't mind this floor. It's typically very quiet. In fact, I only have 2 patients here at the moment.
Huh.
And just about as soon as he says that, there is just this awful shrieking coming from both the northern and southern cells on the western side of the room.
Oh, you've taught them how to sing.
Unfortunately not. They seem to shriek and holler whenever they hear any kind of commotion in here. Well, they're an odd bunch. Truly.
Ryber
Fair.
looks concerned.
One of them is 97, believe it or not. Mhm.
Not a human, huh?
Oh, no, he is a human.
A
Believe it or not,
97-year-old
humans are
human.
capable of living to quite extreme ages, given their own
Oh.
circumstances. However, his tenacious grip on life is only matched by his senility.
Ha!
So his body stayed, but his mind didn't.
That seems to be the case. Something that I am trying to fix.
Hmm.
Try.
I mean, at that point, isn't it kind of a lost cause?
No such thing.
He's got
I like-
one foot in the grave and the other one's on a banana peel, though.
We said for everyone.
I like the way you think. Just gonna throw this out here. Have you asked him if he wants to be better?
Uh, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all I can help you with.
Jeez, Jazzy. You want in, you want out. Make up your mind.
Women, am I right?
Yeah.
Well, this is our normal patient holding. I would urge all of you at this point to keep any, kind of eye each of you from the ground up. Keep your arms stowed away, if you would.
In case of grabbies?
Well, potentially. Our 3rd floor is reserved for our maximum security patients.
Duly noted. Gonna kind of tightly wrap the fur cloak around myself and keep all the, dingling dangles that are possible close in.
Good, good. And try not to be alarmed by anything. Any kind of reaction you might have could, who knows, trigger something. And he will sort of disappear up the stairs. Along with everyone else.
I was about to say, for like us to follow, or are we combating this guy now?
We got yeeted.
I can't see.
Like the third time we've been yeeted.
All right.
Abe has to keep lighting up these torches because you guys came at night.
I told you to wait till morning.
I still want a full body picture of one of those goons.
Me too.
I'm sure you do.
Well, so
This is our maximum security floor. This is also where we happen to hold Mr. Grace Sevilla. Again, I would urge you to stay calm with him. His room is also quite small, so I can only allow a handful of you in there at any given time. He is restrained, mind you, but just in case.
What's his condition?
Well, poor, to be perfectly honest with you. I've been watching him deteriorate over the past few days. He kind of squints his eyes at you and kind of purses his lips. Would anyone like to try a diplomacy check?
please.
Sure. Who wouldn't?
I don't have a good.
I wouldn't.
Are we all rolling it?
Those of you actively engaged in a conversation with him?
No.
Oh, that's a 4 plus 8 is 12.
Well. Look at you, Motorcar, with a 14.
Ryra's not over eager to do this, so she will not roll diplomacy.
Look at the belly.
Say goodbye.
Well,
Azzy.
hi,
Aw.
Daddy. Whoa, he's so long.
Pouch.
Look at those little boots.
Cat's
Aw.
thinking right now, you always gotta embarrass me in front of my friends.
Big
Well,
cut.
Motorcar, how do you convince Mr. Habe to continue his thought?
By showing concern for the patient, having a concerned look on my face, while also going at it from a scientific point of view.
See. Well, you're all here for, I believe, the same reason, so it'll become apparent as soon as you see him. I might as well tell you now. It's my understanding that when Mr. Sevilla survived his encounter at the Cougar River, he must have contracted some form of ghoul fever.
Oh,
Does Ryra know what that is?
You can make a heal check.
May I join?
Can I also do a heal check?
Ryra has
Yeah.
no idea what that is.
As he
Or
says
maybe an Arcana check instead.
that, it'd be heal.
Oh, that's only a
Well, look at you.
Whoa! He knows all
Got a
about
21, we got
fevers.
5.
and a 7 for me.
Okay. 7. All right.
Cool, you say.
So Agnor, as Habe here says, ghoul fever. your mind kind of snaps into place, and there's a flood of information that actually makes sense for once.
Hmm.
Um, typically, ghoul fever is passed to humans or like any living sentient creature through contact with a ghoul. And over time, this disease will slowly kind of transform this person, um, but
Ghoul.
not before killing them. They will eventually die of the ghoul fever, and if nothing is done, the body typically reanimates the next midnight.
Is there any cure?
Um, it is possible.
Can I ask a question?
Anything is possible. You can.
As Agner to this guy.
Okay.
Before we head in there, just to protect my compatriots, he wouldn't happen to have died last night, would he have?
I don't believe so. He typically spends his evenings running a high fever and spouting gibberish.
And when's the last time that you checked on him?
About an hour ago.
Okay.
Ryber's gonna pull out some parchment in an ink pot and kind of set herself outside whatever door he's about to open, ready to take notes on the conversation.
He's going to point to Jekno. Hey, Will. If I were you, sir, I wouldn't stand so closely to that. Why are there two thorns?
Well-
I think I clicked on my character sheet because I was trying to get my character sheet to actually open.
Oh, okay. You'd have to Alt and double click. And that'll open your character sheet from your token.
Oh.
If I were you, sir, I wouldn't stand so close to that cell. And Jekno, as you kind of take a look next to the cell, you can see that it's made out of iron, as opposed to the other cells that are made out of, or cell doors that are made out of wood. And there is a very, very small set of bars. And for just a moment, you can feel that your eyes have made contact with another set of small, kind of beady red eyes. You can hear this kind of quick-paced breathing.
Spoopy.
I wouldn't stand so close to that cell if I were you. He likes to bite.
Okay. Well, there's nowhere else for me to really stand except for down the hall.
Let's go down the hall.
Remember, just because your token takes up a 5-foot square doesn't mean your character is 5 by 5 by 5.
Well, that's true.
Otherwise, you'd be shaped like a cube, I guess.
Unless you put on some weight, buddy.
Well, I'm actually losing it, but yeah.
Jekno is just a hugely rotund
Where'd it go?
monk.
We are all meat cubes in defense mode.
I wouldn't
I've
stand so
activated my
close to
trap
Pidgey.
card.
Where did
Blue Eyes
Jekno
White
go?
Dragon.
Well, follow me. As Habe will continue down the corridor before taking out a different set of keys than he has before. This one is a large key ring, and the keys on it very thick. As he unlocks the door in front of him,
Hey, why is my health not full?
you never fixed it.
I know I did. Did you grab another instance of me? Did you take me back in time to when I was hurt?
I sure didn't.
How could you? What does my character sheet say? Oh, that's probably part of it. Let's heal that back on up. Nice.
As he unlocks the thick iron door. It swings open, and as it does, you can kind of smell this sort of rotting smell emanate from the room.
Oh boy.
Um,
Smelly bastards just running away.
Would the people in the back smell it?
it's pretty potent smell. So yeah, I think they would.
Wonderful.
Lori tries to
Well,
hold in her lunch.
so in this room, with Aaron in there, looks like there is enough space for 2 other people.
I'll
Briar's gonna stay outside the door.
Yeah, I'm staying outside. It stinks.
I don't mind going in. I'll
Well,
brave them.
Ryra's gonna set up kind of on the ground with her parchment and ink.
Yeah, and I
outside the
believe
door.
that me and Moti have the best diplomatic skills, so let's see if what we can find out. Taking a deep breath. She'll go into behind Moti.
Get your asses in there.
Yes, master.
I
My
can't see where-
dungeon master.
Bro, I can't even see where it's at, man. Oh, it's down the hallway. I see. Oh.
Down the hall, yeah.
Hey. Can I see that in 4K, please?
He
Can you
looks
blow
a
that
little
up?
wild.
Can you blow that up and give me the full image?
Yeah,
Missed it.
in a second. You guys will all get to see him.
I love
Because
it.
for some reason they describe him a little differently than how he actually looks, but it'll be fine.
Well, that's
Um,
how he's going to look, I'm sure.
I love that picture. It's like he's part of a metal band. He's screaming.
That was my
Oh my
first one
God.
too.
well, so Modokar and Ryra, well, Ryra you can see from outside in the hall, but what I meant to say is Modokar and Lori. As you both enter the room, you can see that Grace's skin is pale and it looks almost gangrenous. His hair is a wild mess, and his eyes are sort of milky white. Um, along with the information you've gathered from Habe, it's not a far leap to assume that he's pretty close to death. If you like, you can make me another heal check.
I can try.
Oh, that's a natural 1.
Shoot.
the
Oh,
Oh my
Hey,
god,
look at
2
you.
natural ones.
You guys are bonded.
Ah.
He is very clearly has ghoul fever. That's for sure.
If I get an hour, I can do something about that.
But he is currently sort of tied down to the bed, but also he has a straitjacket on. He is fairly non-responsive, not really caring or noticing that 3 people have entered the room. Allow me to show you what has become of Grace Sevilla.
I'm so excited.
Oh man.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
You-
Ugh.
How the hell are we gonna talk to that?
I might be of assistance.
Oh, you can talk to
Yeah.
ghouls too.
Yeah, I don't think diplomacy is going to work here.
Funny, because I was going to call for diplomacy.
Prove me wrong.
Would comprehend languages help here?
It would depend on what language you're trying to speak or understand, I guess.
He hasn't spoken a language yet.
I know. I'm just asking.
Nothing. necessarily. I don't believe so.
It's just the description is extremely vague. You can understand the spoken words of creatures. So, like, if it's a ghoul that's going blah, 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 do I understand that as words?
What
You
if
would
he's just saying
understand
blah
it
blah
as
blah 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 blah
blah,
blah?
blah, 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 yeah.
No, that's true too.
It just lets you understand languages. It's just like a cheat for the linguistic skill, pretty much.
Okay.
Um, but he's fairly unresponsive to the two of you as you enter. But if you'd like, you can go ahead and make me those diplomacy checks. Lori and Moto. I'm sure Motocar will do just fine.
If you
Boys.
want diplomacy, I'll try.
13 plus
that's
8
okay.
is 21.
One.
Very nice. Okay. So, Lori, as you kind of get close to Graced, start trying to ask him some questions. Those milky white eyes do sort of move around in their sockets and like, dart over, kind of scanning your face. But he's just sort of mumbling almost incoherently. However, sometime between the crazy person speak mumbles, you can hear him say, razors, too many teeth. And sort of alarming is the skin saw man is coming. Before he goes back into this sort of odd, mumbly state. However, as he's sort of moving his gaze away from you, Lori, he sort of scans the room a little bit. And he kind of
shit.
looks past Motocar into the hallway.
Sees Ryra.
No.
And
Oh,
you can see the milky eyes just kind of lock onto you, Ryra,
Fuck.
while he's kind of locked onto the bed. And he's suddenly a lot more animated. Which is almost alarming, considering his straight-jacketed, tied to the bed state. And he speaks out to you. Next time.
oh, that is a fucking
Are you
cliffhanger.
kidding me?
He speaks out to you.
That is the best cliffhanger ever.
The colors fade to grayscale.
Dang
I
it!
severe
Continued.
fixation on Ryra.
To be continued.
Oh,
I just thought it was odd that he'd finally talk and he's just like, next time. Wait, what?
That's what I thought initially too, and I went, wait a second.
time on Dragon Ball Z.
In my next life, I'm coming at you, Ryra. Ooh, ooh.
It's like a damn sitcom. He turns to look and he's about to say something and stops and looks at the camera. To be said next time.
So
Dick-
I get.
Dick Wolf.
So there's a letter addressed specifically to Ryra from the killer, and now this guy locks onto me for some reason.
Mhm.
I'm next, aren't I? You're planning to kill my character, aren't you, Eric?
I don't plan to kill characters. It happens naturally.
Yeah, like a natural 20 with a confirmed crit to do the exact health that you have left.
Yeah.
You know,
What a
that whole
shame.
thing.
So,
I said, what a shame.
oh, well, yeah. It is kind of sick that I saved the image of the roll.
Oh, that's
You did?
Yeah,
oh.
I sure did.
Did you save the still of John on camera, like crying and screaming?
Oh, no. I would never.
I did.
Thanks, Kyle.
It's on his stream.
I mean, look, whenever one of my favorite people is upset, I want to save it and cherish it because, you know, I'm kind of sadistic in that way.
It was so
You'll never
funny.
get that. You'll never get that joy out
It
of
was
me.
so
I'll
funny
just-
because it was the
yeah.
one night I wasn't there, and I like popped in to
Okay,
say
let's
hello,
not-
and then John's like, "I'm dead," and I'm like, "What?"
Yep.
I I thought
So-
I thought y'all were messing with me at first. I really did. It took me like a good 10 minutes to actually believe you.
Listen, the whole lead up to it, and Eric like double checking math and being like, "How do I tell John that I just murdered his character in one shot?" Like you can hear it in his voice, just like, "That's interesting." And like, so I'm responding like, "I think he just one shot at me. Yeah, I'm dead." And that's like me almost kidding, but then like, she's like, "I do 24." I'm like, "Oh my god, he actually just killed me."
Eric's face right now.
Yeah, like.
The rolls don't lie.
Eric killed me without even taking HP damage from me.
True.
How'd that work?
Drained all my strength out of
Oh.
my poor, homely, portly girl character. My
Hmm.
alchemist, as it would be.
Oh, great.
Mind you,
Uh-oh.
normally ability score damage can't kill you. It can incapacitate you. However, the creatures that they were fighting at the time have a caveat in their strength sap, where if it reaches 0, you will die.
I thought he just went
You
so
know, just
zero that the gear that he was wearing crushed him
they're
to
just
death.
these fun little coincidences that just add up to kill characters sometimes, you know?
They were in
Well-
Thistletop, by the way, so it was super low level stuff.
Remember, you guys got strength sapped a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
All
Those
right.
things super strength sapped me, and my strength was already at like 9 to begin with.
It didn't take much.
A
Oh,
few
God.
good hits, and I'm dead.
Fucking, I still remember the way Poshmet died.
We don't talk about that.
Ah! That was so
What
sad.
happened?
Can't tell you. Too good.
Yeah.
We'll have the
Big
story
plot line.
time later.
Yeah.
Oh, when we get to the part where that
You'll
would have
see that in
happened.
book 5, book
Okay.
6.
You'll see it.
Well, hopefully I didn't annoy you guys too much with Agnar.
No,
No.
I was
No,
that was
Agnar.
so fun. I
Oh, not at
loved it.
all.
Listening to him, he gave me a real Sheogorath vibe or something.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
I was waiting for you to start talking about cheese.
Oh,
Who is
he's
it?
the Daedric Prince of Madness.
I have to Google him.
He's from Skyrim and Oblivion. And
No,
he's probably in
you
Morrowind too.
brought a really fun new dynamic to this party, and it made it a lot more interesting to listen to like the offhand stuff. I don't know. It just makes it really fun, no matter what part we're doing.
Okay.
And after
not your normal emo kind of character.
after like a
Okay.
month away, and I'm sorry, guys. I'll figure out what I'm doing. Well, no, like Kaylee was asking me questions. I'm like, I don't know.
You've had a month to think
We're-
of these answers.
Kaylee, do you
Do you not
love
know,
you, but-
Tom? He's just a bear. He's just a bear doing bear things. He's been hibernating for a month.
I wish I've been hibernating. That kind of
Oh, it's good to get back.
Don't worry. The more you play the character, the more the character will speak to you.
yeah. Because like,
And then your character will die. And then you'll feel like you just watched someone that you love die. You know, I feel bummed about it for, I don't know, still.
Feel bummed about it, you know.
Yeah, you're already in your
Still.
third character, and we're only level 4. Damn.
Well, one is going back because she has her own problems.
Maybe
But-
we'll see her again once Ignore dies.
Jazzy.
Not say that.
I saw her jump up.
It's not
She's
say
like,
that.
I'm taking over to bed.
Agnar's got a lot of things he needs to do too before he dies.
Yeah. I will level with you, Kix. I nearly lost like my absolute favorite character that I like, and what was she? The second character that I've ever run. And because of helpful coaching from a lovely DM and the opportunity to retrain, I was able to basically clutch keep her.
So you made a new class and everything just with the same person.
No.
Oh, no.
So retraining basically allows you, it's something that I think Pathfinder allows, and you spend a allotted amount of time, and it allows you to change a few feats, maybe change a little bit about what your character does, and because of that, I was able to pick up some handy dandy feats. One of them was called Channeled Revival, and I basically was able to use
Pokerhead,
a
Tapperhead.
because clerics have the channel energy ability, and if I use a certain amount of that channel energy ability as a reaction, I can expend a certain amount of uses as soon as my health points hit 0 or go below 0, and return or instantly just blow off a bunch of healing and in hopes to saving myself.
That's sick as fuck.
And
It was.
yeah, because of that, Banley still lives to this day.
That's super cool. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was so happy because I was because wasn't that against Big Boy?
That was in one of the last sessions. Yeah, it's a tough fight.
Yeah, almost died.
I think several of you died.
I think so.
It was the end though, so it didn't matter, right?
Oh no, it's never the end.
There's just new beginnings.
But no, I think this was a nice
It was really fun.
return. Yeah, first session of the year.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I,
have to
w-
go.
I almost wish Ryra was still an illusionist so she could mess with Agner even more. Because she definitely would.
I'm
But
sure
she
there will
did.
be plenty of bonding.
Are you a wizard or a
Indeed.
sorcerer?
I'm a
She's a
wizard.
wizard.
So you can prepare different spells. If you're not expecting a fight, then you can prepare illusionary spells.
Well, they're not in my spell book anymore, because remember I redid my character.
I didn't know wizards worked like
Ryra
that.
decided illusions
Mhm.
don't save lives.
Listen,
Illusions would not
everyone.
have saved Dalton from dying.
Illusions may not, but illusions possibly.
No. Ryra had a little metamorphosis down in that thistletop chamber.
I am now a beautiful butterfly.
Look at my wings.
She's a very different kind of wizard now.
But I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna double check my schedule because it looks like I may have a couple Saturdays off in a row. So
Awesome.
Yeah,
It's nice having Lori back.
towards the end of the month, and I'm gonna have to play it by ear because I don't know when my wife's gonna give birth.
Ooh,
Understandable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It
makes
might
sense.
be on a Saturday.
You'll just have to play by
Oh.
bedside with her
You can
yelling in
still
the
have it.
background.
Gotta wait.
I've brought my laptop to the hospital for a couple kids.
You know what you're gonna name him?
Huh? No, not yet. And we don't know if it's a boy or girl. So
Oh, you decided to wait.
Oh,
I couldn't even imagine that. Like, tell me.
it'll be a surprise.
Cool.
yeah, we're debating that right now whether or not we want to know.
Maybe
Don't.
it'll be another boy and you can even out the numbers.
it's the easiest. Yeah, hopefully. Well, I don't really care either way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
already have
already
at least
got
one
them
of
both.
each.
So yeah.
Yeah. It's the best surprise. Don't do it,
That's
Keith.
awesome. I love you, buddy.
I love you too, bud. All right, boys and girl.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's a good thing you'll have Kix here to coach you through it, Kyle.
I've dealt with infants
night.
before, but the person you're with, it makes a big difference. Have a good night, Tom.
Good night, Tom.
guys.
Get some
Good night,
rest.
Tom.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
head out too.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good session.
Night kick.
Good
It
night,
was great.
everybody.